of the matter is that I have always avoided teaching. After running for how many years? Daddy, look at me here. A teacher, a copper teacher, a core member teacher. Hello people, yeah, welcome back to my channel. This is the essence of order, the ushered. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's been a really long time since we saw each other, okay? So this video is about a day in my life as a core member teacher. I don't know if that's correct. I'm currently serving my nation, Nigeria, in the National Youth Service course, and I'm a teacher, a copper teacher, a core member teacher. That's just what the video is all about. So the matter is that I have always avoided teaching. Any teaching job opportunity I had since I left secondary school, that's high school, since I left high school. Or should I call it college? I have always avoided teaching. Daddy, look at me here. Actually, this will not be the first experience I'll be having with teaching. Like serving in the National Youth Service course is not the first time I'm going to be teaching, because while waiting for my posting letter, I had to take up a teaching job because I kept waiting, and the posting letter wasn't coming forth, so I had to go get a job, because it's done in batches. You have batch A, batch B, batch C. So I registered with batch A, stream 1, and you wouldn't believe that I couldn't go. So because there were too many applicants. Do you understand? So there were too many applicants, especially as the allowance was increased. So applicants increased as well. So I couldn't go with the stream I registered with. I couldn't go with the stream 2. I couldn't go with the next batch, which was, I couldn't go until now. And here I am. So by the time I was seeing all those postponements, I got fed up. I had to leave where I was and go look for my destiny. I told myself that, see, that you need to go look for your destiny somewhere. It's obviously not going to be tied down by this, because we all know that I didn't want to go for NYSC. I wanted to skip it, but by the time I left in Soka, I've already made up my mind that I'm going to be doing this. So I'm doing it now. And while waiting for the posting letter, I had to go take up a teaching job that lasted for some months. Believe me, it was frustrating that period. And my phone crashed that period time. Like when I was registering for my NYSC, when I was making the registration, that was when my phone crashed. So I had to go get something doing and not be idle. So that was my first experience of teaching, and I'm glad that I had that experience, because it's helping me now in this service. It's helping me now to, it's no longer my first-hand experience. It's like a second-hand experience now for me. I can say I'm doing better than I was then. Though I did well there, I believe so. Because I got some reviews, But then, the stress of relocating, coming to a new state, it's not that much on me. It's there, right? It's there, don't worry that. It's there, but it's not much, because I've accepted that, even if it's teaching, I'll just do it. I'll just do it, because during that first experience teaching, because then the job I took up, I had to teach the primary section and the secondary section, so it gave me a boost It gave me an insight. It gave me the opportunity to become accept how do I put it, to acquaint myself, yeah, that's the word, to acquaint myself with teaching, because I've always avoided it. Honestly, those days I felt like running away, but I had to end. Do you understand? I had to end, so I had to convince myself that I can do this, and then I started doing it, and it was becoming, enjoyable. It was enjoyable, though the stress was there. So after running for how many years? I'm teaching. I'm teaching, okay? I'm currently teaching. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. I love you, my clothes. Noise breakers. Pause that video for me. Why those families walking in and out of my class?
Anyway,
Please, I don't need that noise. I don't need that noise.
that one I'm not beating you. This is conspiracy. It was your man ahead and right. Ah, thank you. Okay.
So Paul's nationality and education. We are going to see that in Acts 22 verse 1 to 5 and verse 26 to 30. The family of Paul were Jews who lived abroad in the town of Tarsus, in the city of Cilicia in Asia Minor. Stop that. You should come over here and sit. Which is present day Turkey. Do you understand? So Turkey used to be Asia Minor, Cilicia. Now Paul was a Jew and also a Roman citizen, because his Jewish father bought Roman citizenship that was sold to foreigners in the Roman Empire. Sometimes we get confused. You have heard Paul being called Saul, right?
Yes.
And you don't even know why. It's because of this dual citizenship. He was a Jew and he was also a Roman citizen. And the reason why he became a Roman citizen is because of his father. His father bought Roman citizenship. It gives someone, it's just like in our days now, traveling to America, do you understand? And then you end up getting an American citizenship. It means you have dual citizenship, meaning you are a Nigerian and you are an American. Do you understand? Now, being an American will give you access to whatever it is that their government gives to their citizens. Any privileges that their government gives to their citizens over there in America, you're going to also get it. Do you understand? Yes. Now, it will also mean that whatever privileges that the Nigerian government is giving to you, is given to all Nigerian citizens, you will also get it. Do you understand? So now, Paul was a Roman citizen, he was also a Jew. Do you understand? Now, this is where his name comes from, the two names he has. Saul, you should be able to know that Saul is a Jewish name from the first king of Israel who bore the name Saul. So Saul is Jewish. That's the Jewish name. While Paul is the Roman name of Apostle Paul. Did you get that clear?
Yes.
Now I said that the Roman citizenship was sold to foreigners in the Roman Empire. Roman citizenship enabled one to enjoy certain privileges, including no molestation and flogging when arrested. It's just like here now. If you come to Nigeria as someone with dual citizenship, American citizenship and Nigerian citizenship, and you are mistreated in Nigeria, you can write to the American government that the citizen of theirs is being mistreated or maltreated, and they will come for you. They will come to help. That's what happened in the time of Paul. Now, this privilege, this citizenship helps one to enjoy privileges including no molestation and flogging when arrested, fair trial, and the opportunity to appeal to the emperor if the trial was not fair. When Paul realized on an occasion that he was not getting a fair trial, he used his Roman citizenship to appeal to Caesar, the one in charge of Rome. Caesar was the king in charge of Rome, the ruler in charge of the Roman Empire. We see that in Acts 25, verse 10 to 11. Now, Paul had dual citizenship. I've said that, so he held two names: a Jewish name, Saul, and a Roman name, Paul. He spoke Hebrew. He was a very, very versatile man. He was not just limited to the scriptures. He had education, proper education, as like the kind of education they usually have back then. Just like now, we have BSc, BA, degree, school degree, university degree, and you have the master's degree, you have the PhD, doctorate degree. So he went through quality education and gave masters to speak Hebrew, which is the Jews' native language. He was able to speak Greek. Greek is just like we are able to speak English language now. So imagine speaking your native language. What's your native language? Igala. So you can speak Igala. Wonderful. What is human being? You cannot speak Igala. Why? Not very well. What's your own native? The same Igala. Can you speak it? Indomie generation. Wonderful. You should know how to speak your mother tongue. Do you understand? You cannot say, oh, I was not ready. Just try and learn. I know sometimes maybe the environment we are doing will not train you, because one day that language will help you overcome some challenges. It is going to help you pass a very tiny door you don't know that it can help you pass. Do you understand? So Paul made use of what he had. He was able to speak the Greek, the Jews' language, which is Hebrew, Greek, which was widely used by different people to communicate with one another. As at then, it's just Greek was just like our English language now, or lingua franca in Nigeria, English. Arabic, which was the language that Jesus used. Now, Jewish fathers belonged to some of the religious parties at that time and trained their children to follow in their footsteps. It's just like now you have our fathers and our mothers of the time. Some fathers who are doctors want most of their children to be doctors, right? That's the fact. It's just a few. Even those that maybe say they are farmers, know how they will leave farmlands for their children to inherit from them. Even though they send them to school. Do you understand? I mean the fathers of our time. Even though they send them to school, what will happen? They'll still leave whatever craft they are doing for their children to inherit, because they want that heritage to be preserved, that family heritage to be preserved. So that was the same thing for the fathers of the time of Paul. They trained their children in their footsteps, to follow in their footsteps. Paul's father was a Pharisee of the Pharisees party. So he trained Paul, his son, to become a Pharisee too. You can see that in Acts 23, verse 6. Where Paul mentioned that he is a Pharisee of son of a Pharisee. Do you understand? He's trying to explain to them that, oh, see, I'm not just ordinary. It's not just happened to be. My father was this. My father held a reputable position in the synagogue. And I too followed his footsteps. So he was the son of the soil. A Jewish boy prepares for adult life at the age of 12. So Paul spent a year at the synagogue school when he was 12 years old, learning about the history and religion of Israel and practicing reading in Hebrew with other Jewish boys of his age. He was not a loafer, meaning he was not somebody that would be sent to school and he just mingles about, does everything in school other than the very first thing that was the reason for being in school, or that is the reason for being in school. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Meaning he did not get himself involved in playing, chatting, making all manner of friends who would not help his life. He did everything. But one thing that is very, very that's a significant is that he also did that which brought him to school. He did it to the core. He was among the best in his school as at that time. That is why when we look at the ministry of Apostle Paul, you see that his ministry is totally different from the ministry of other apostles. He was not just an apostle, just like that. You see, when God's anointing meets a man that is well knowledgeable, it can never be compared with someone that doesn't have knowledge. Remember that the Bible says that my people perish because of what? Lack of knowledge. Christian and various things. You don't even reply and pray. You're a Christian, you don't even know anything like this. I'm not insulting you. I'm telling you the facts. If you think it's an insult, prove me wrong. That if you think it's an insult, when someone insults you, the best thing, not the best way to fight back at the person is to ensure that what they say about you, they don't come back in the next 2 or 5 years or 10 years later and say the same thing about you and say, you see that thing I told you 5 years ago, 2 years ago, this thing. They don't know anything. So prove me wrong. By the time I see prosper in the next 5, 10, 20 years, God willing, I can say, that is my student. That day I told him, he did something about it. Look at him there. He's taking nations for the Lord, in different sectors of life. It's not to clap. It's not to clap. It's to do it. It's to put in the work. Do you understand? So when somebody insults you, don't. When people tell you something that will make you feel bad, don't start fighting. You cut me and you prove that not to use punches and talking that's not blocking.
Yes.
So have been replenished, right? Yes. I'm replenished. We are still in week 1. Week 2. When did you fly to week 2?
The call of the disciples continued. The call of the 12 disciples.
It's still week 1. So then when did you get to week 2? It's still the first week of resumption. That's where we are. The last place we wrote is here. We are still at the call of the disciples. Call of the disciples continues. The call of the 12 disciples. So stop down.
Yes.
Please, from the next line start. What are you waiting for? Start writing. What happened? Whose book is this? Mary. Many people. Please, I hope everyone is writing.
Yes.
There's a hyphen there. You're not writing. Eh? Keep it down now. Keep it on another seat. There are a lot of seats here. Please, you resume today. Welcome back to school. I said welcome back to school. I know you. Revise everything to follow me. What are those mommy? I should dictate.
Yes.
Have I dictated in this class before?
No.
You're not dictating now. When I see that you are ready for dictation. Which subject? I mentioned the word few seconds ago. And someone said I should spell. Is that you're going to dictate? Oh, really? So the one I mentioned was hard. Difficult to spell. Oh. How fast are you? Maybe one of the days we'll try the experiment. If you try it out and you are fast, maybe we'll continue. But if I try it with you and not fast, you will disengage from it. Alright, continue, Mary.